Hey everybody, welcome to part 2 of me talking about my autism, my behavior patterns, quirks, stims, things that I do on a regular basis, and what it's like to live with the condition. We left off on a bullet point, so I'm just going to continue with those. I will preface this video, once again, like I preface every video, any negative comments, hate, whatever, will be immediately blocked, reported. I don't have time for it. With that being said, on to the video. I spend less time on grooming and my hair. As you can see, my hair is sticking up all over the place. I don't give a crap. Literally. I'm often musical. I like doing karaoke. I like singing. My singing voice does not sound like my talking voice. I know how I sound. Sometimes I sound like a robot. Sometimes I get really loud. That's not the way I sing. I'm also very artistic. I like to color, paint, come up with creative things. It says that people with autism may gravitate towards computers and technology, writing, languages, or psychology. For me, it's psychology. If I was to go to college, that's what I'd be going for. I want to help children and teenagers who are developmentally challenged, physically challenged, children that get abused, children that are bullied, because I know what it's like. I've been through it. I prefer written directions over verbal ones. I am a visual learner, not an auditory learner. I can be really emotionally immature at times. I change activities frequently without even completing tasks. I relate to fictional characters a lot. I have a list of safe foods. I'm probably not going to share what they are. I will tell you one of them is cereal. I eat more cereal than the average human being. I'm very literal. I'm very blunt. I am a very honest person. I don't know if that's part of the condition or not, but if people tell me to tell them the truth, I will. I've been known to hurt people's feelings. I've been known to make them cry. But later on, they normally say, "Thank you. I needed to hear that." So, blunt honesty. It's a blessing and a curse. I'm also highly empathetic. I'm a bluntly honest person who practices empathy. I know, it's two opposites, they don't make any sense. I overshare with a lot of people. That's been known to hurt me in the past. Like, I'll meet someone and I'll just tell them my whole life story in 5 seconds of meeting them. That comes from being in therapy since I was 7. I have an advanced vocabulary. Earlier I said the word consensus and my mother didn't know what I meant. I accidentally wrote "I talk with my hands" twice. So now you know I repeat things. I also have texture sensitivities. I do not like wet food when I'm doing the dishes. I don't like touching it. It is the nastiest thing in the history of the world. I don't like my skin. I know that makes no sense. But there's certain parts of my skin that's really soft, and I don't like soft things. Paper. That's the one that confuses everybody. Especially after I've washed my hands and I touch paper. It's like the texture of paper. I don't know how to describe it. Sometimes the tags on clothes bother me. I don't like chalk. I don't like chalkboards. Don't like flour. I had to bake with it last Christmas, and the texture just gave me goosebumps. I don't like baby powder. I don't like any powdery substance of any kind. Fuzzy socks. Sometimes they bother me, sometimes they don't. It all depends on the day. Yogurt, pudding. Those two have been a thing for the longest time because it's thick. I don't like coconut. I don't like the texture of coconut. I will eat things that have the flavor of coconut in it, or I'll drink things, but if it has the texture of coconut, I will not eat it. Snowballs, for instance. Worst snack cake ever. It's just my opinion. You're entitled to your own. I don't like coconut. I don't like oil. And I had to say that very slowly because I'm from the South, and if I say it fast, it comes out like oil. And the last one is Pop Rocks. My mother got me a chocolate orange for Christmas, and it had Pop Rocks in it. Pop Rocks are very overstimulating for me. Don't know if that makes a lot of sense either. A lot of the times with this condition, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Some textures that I do like. Sand. Mud. I don't want to hear in the comments, oh, she must be dirty. People from the South play in the mud. People from the South four-wheel. People in the South aren't afraid to get dirty. Get over it. We've been playing in the mud since we was kids. Okra, however, it has to be fried. Crunchy stuff. I bite my popsicles. And I eat ice. I like the texture of slime. Like fidget slime. And I also like the texture of Play-Doh. Now, actual Play-Doh, not that dollar store crap that stinks to high heavens. Okay, so the next list. Types of stimming. These are actions that someone does repeatedly. So, I stare into space, or I zone in on things. I like certain textures with food or in general. I clear my throat repeatedly. You just heard me do it. Also, I have phlegm. Phlegm happens when you're pregnant. I smell things. Candles, incense, my food before I eat it. Just smell things. I organize things. I bounce my leg up and down. I fidget. I used to chew on pens. It's not so much a big thing now. I just wrote that down because it's something I've done before. Nail biting. I have no nails. Absolutely no nails. And I don't like fake nails because I can't figure out how to function with fake nails. I like lining things up. I rock back and forth sometimes when I'm anxious. I pace back and forth when I'm anxious or impatient. I click my pen a lot. I repeat words, phrases, or sounds. I stare at rotating objects, like my ceiling fan. I was staring at that earlier. I organize things in color order. Sometimes I will organize my closet from white to black. It doesn't stay that way very long, but I do it. And then for those of you that don't know what's like visual stims are, so some examples are fiber optic lights, looking at reflections and shadows, crystals, glitter and sequins, glowing objects, watching the same movies repeatedly, neon lights, LEDs, looking at the moon and the stars. I have just always liked color. I like bright colors. I like things that light up. It's just always been a thing of mine. And the last part, I will put in part 3.